Hello guys, welcome to this stream. Forget what happened at the start. There was some really technical problems at the start of the stream. Managed to recover it, and yeah, we managed to get it all smooth sailing, I hope. It actually disconnected like right at the beginning. I was like, no chance am I letting that happen again. No, sorry Bob. We actually had decent success with how the stream ran with the Norwich Blackburn one. So I'm hoping this stream is going to be just as professionally run. Thank you to all of you who are here. We've got a midweek stream, which is the first midweek stream. I don't even know for how long. It's been a long time since we've done a midweek stream. But when typically we have midweek, you know, we've got many games to look at. It's the rare occasion we've actually only got one championship game to look at. And it is Rotherham versus Ipswich. Now, after this game, I'll be able to calculate your prediction league points for this week. And I'll be starting to make the graphics for next weekend's predictions. And that will be the last weekend's predictions before what seems to be the third, and I think it is the third, international break of this season. We have got another couple of weeks away from football after the Saturday. But in a way, it kind of gives me a little bit of time to breathe, to focus on my job as well. So either way, it's got some pros and cons, this break. But we are going to be enjoying, hopefully, what should be a really good footballing game today. Let's see who's here. Vijay, welcome to the stream. An epic intro for an epic presenter. Why, thank you. I know what I'm doing. Honeygan, welcome to the stream. Thoughts on Liam Manning becoming a Bristol City manager? You're feeling quite happy. I'm pleased to know that. I think it's an interesting one. Liam Manning was linked to become a manager. I can't remember what club it was, but he has been linked a lot, especially when he was at MK Dons. He turned down the job, and actually since he turned down, he really lost it with that MK Dons team last year. Was really struggling, and ultimately they did get relegated in the end of that season last year. He's kind of rebuilt his League One managerial reputation, doing a terrific job with Oxford United, and now he has earned his opportunity to manage in the Championship. And I do think it's an interesting gamble for Bristol City. Is it fair for me to call it a gamble? I feel like it's a gamble when you're taking a manager who's predominantly been managing in the lower leagues. But we have seen occasions where it has worked out. But we've also seen occasions where it hasn't worked out. So I'm also mindful that it could really go either way. But I'm intrigued. I am intrigued to see how they get on. I really like the brand of football Liam Manning plays. So I do think it'll be a good fit. I really have a lot of hope for this Bristol City side going forward. James, welcome to the stream as well. It's good to see you. He's predicting 2-1 to Ipswich. That's probably the most common prediction I've seen, actually. Let's do a poll. We've not done a poll for a while. Has this stream... This stream is disconnected, hasn't it? Oh, it dropped frames. Oh, okay, so it didn't disconnect. It dropped frames. We'll do a poll, but we've actually not got a lot of time. That's what happens when I delay the stream so many times. Sorry about the delay. I was really caught up with something from work. But now I'm free. Now I've got the time, so how am I doing this? Do I remember how YouTube works? Don't think I do, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. Right, give me 2 seconds. Blue Terrier, welcome to the stream. It's good to see a lot of pro Lexus viewers. It really is. Okay, what will happen? In fact, no, actually, let's say, who will win this game? That's the poll. Rotherham, Ipswich, and neither. You can have fun doing that whilst you're having fun with this poll. Let's give you the teams, and let's hope and I don't drop any more frames, because I have been dropping a couple of frames. I hope it's not too distracting for you guys. So let's go and preview this. Oh, well, both of these teams. You know, we've not even had the chance to do so yet. Rotherham have gone for Johansson in goal, of course. Lempisica, Daniel Ayala, Hakeem Olafin, Cohen Bramall, ex-Colchester player Cohen Bramall. Cafu, Crust Junior T, Oliver Rathbone, as captain. He's a good player, Oliver Rathbone. Fred Onyedima, Sam Nomb, and Sam Klukas. They've got some decent signings, you know. They really do. Ipswich, they're going for Heldaki. Leif Davis keeps his place. Cameron Burgess starts, which, I guess makes sense. Axel Twanzebe is making a start. That is very interesting. Harry Clark in right back, which I'm happy with. Luongo, Sam Morsey. I'm pleased that both are starting. Harness is getting a start, and I'm pleased for Harness. He's got a start this time. Connor Chaplin, Caden Jackson starting. That's interesting. And George Hurst. This is definitely not a typical first team from Ipswich. There's definitely some changes. So on the bench, you've got Dylan Phillips, Revan, Sean Morrison, Jamie Lindsay, Jordan Hugo, Tom Eves, Apaya and Georgie Kelly. Some real experienced players for Rotherham's bench. For Kieran McKenna, they've got Walton, Brandon Williams for Ipswich. Wolverton's not starting. That is very interesting. Yeah, I was thinking Twanzebe doesn't typically start. He's dropped Wolverton. That is a big shout, because he has been like the rock at the back. That is very interesting. Okay. Amari Hutchinson, Dominic Ball, Jack Taylor, Cameron Humphreys, Freddie Ladapo, and Dane Scarlett. Those ones are not as surprising that they've dropped to the bench. That is very interesting. Maybe what you call his name? Wolverton's picking up an injury, particularly. Okay, so that's previewing all the teams. Thank you guys for voting on the poll. They're nearly starting kickoff. The referees are at the centre circle. Honeygun's saying, seems to be like we still a lot of players from Oxford. Sykes, Atkinson, Dickey. Yep, all three did. All three did, well, not necessarily start at Oxford, but they were former Oxford players. You're correct, Harry. Good ball knowledge. Charlie, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. We've got Charlie. So, it's definitely going to be a great stream today. I actually really enjoyed the Norwich Blackburn stream. It didn't really get a lot of traction, but I really enjoyed the game that I watched. Could you imagine, like, the sort of bonkers response that I probably would have got if I streamed the Chelsea game? But the thing is, so many other people were streaming the Chelsea game, there was actually no point in me doing it. And from what I'm aware, not many people, if any, are streaming Rotherham Ipswich. I feel like I'm one of the only few, so I'm more than happy to cover it. And there you go. It's Ipswich who start off with kickoff. Take two. Finally, this game is going ahead after it was delayed by Storm Bebe, basically bursting a water bank around Rotherham Stadium. But now it's going ahead after 4 to 5 weeks later. So I'm pleased that this game's going ahead. I'm still predicting a 1-1 draw. Ipswich starting out on the ball, but Rotherham looking quite physical on the ball, which is to be expected. They're going to be wanting to break up the play for Ipswich. When I've seen Ipswich play, they typically struggle against teams that have a low block. And I do think Rotherham, even though they're the home team, they will make it difficult for Ipswich to attack. And they've got to be very careful, Ipswich, about their wide areas, because I'm thinking of the likes of Onyedima being a really big nuisance for this team. But already we're trying to stop him on the ball. And I'm liking already Ipswich pressing that back line. They're really trying to assert their pressure. Good play by Onyedima to keep the ball. Harness tries to dummy around him. And a free kick is won. Lembisika actually won the free kick, who is one of the few players I've not really seen a lot of. So I'm also embracing the opportunity whilst there's so many experienced players in Rotherham. There's some players that I've barely seen, kick a ball in the Championship. Lembisika as a good example of that. Charlie's very stressed at the moment. What's going on, Charlie? I mean, I know you're not doing predictions at the moment. I can only guess that you've just kind of allowed everyone just to kind of go, oh, you got a group uni presentation. Oh my goodness me. You know what? I've known a couple of friends who have been there, and that's really unfortunate. To be fair, I actually, if I remember right, the unis are quite lenient when it comes to people who've just been let down by their groups. You can only really do how you can do. If you carry it, you'll get individually a good mark. It'll only be affected slightly by the rest of your group. You can only kind of do what you want to do. Right. Talking about that, Rotherham had a bit of pressure there. Hildaki was playing out from the back and was having a lot to deal with, actually. There's definitely... I'm getting senses of aggression with this Rotherham team, which is, as I reiterate, to be expected. You should troll my Spurs, mate. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. Because the thing is, I'm not even happy with the win. We really were not great. If we played really well, then I'd rub it in a little bit. I mean, to be fair, for the fact we played absolute rubbish and we won, it would be nice to rub it in. But I think it would have been more funny if it was 11 versus 11 and we won by that, rather than it being 9 versus 11. I mean, that was really, really embarrassing for Chelsea. It took over 25 minutes to break down a goal with having 2 extra men on the pitch. Right, Onyedima's done a really good job rubbing the ball off Leif Davis. Oh my God, it's a goal! That's a goal for Rotherham. Already exposing the static defence of Ipswich. Who saw this coming? And 3rd minute goal from Rotherham. Wow. What a big moment this is turning out to be. Matty Taylor is really, really, well, he's not showing much emotion, but he's really, I can tell he's really pleased with that. So it's Tuanzebe who doesn't really make a start. And then Leif Davis has a heavy touch. It's robbed off the ball by Onyedima. And he's onside because Tuanzebe plays him on. It's a good run. And Tuanzebe, who doesn't really start at the back for Ipswich, is really going to be exposed from this. It's not great positioning, and he really leaves his man. He beats him for pace. It's a poor, well, I mean, it's a good finish. I won't deny that. It's a really, really good finish from him. The pass from Onyedima is perfect, but Sam Nombe, it's a very easy goal because Asar Tuanzebe's not quick enough, plays him onside. Very avoidable goal. And that's the issues we're playing out from the back. If you've not got a strong touch, and Leif Davis will probably get moaned at for that as well. I mean, the ball to him by Tuanzebe wasn't great, but I would expect a player of Leif Davis's quality to control the ball with his chest much better than the way that he did there. That was very disappointing. Right, Caden Jackson now on the ball. This is the first time that Ipswich are kind of going to Rotherham's box, in all brutal honesty. Okay, that's a good recovery there, and Rotherham are really taking the game to Ipswich at the moment, although it's a good recovery. They've got it all to do now. Here's Sam Morsey, who has been terrific this season. Harry Clark is going to pass it back to Tuanzebe. Blue Terrier's not pleased. I mean, I knew this would be a tough game. That's why I didn't predict Ipswich to win this one. I saw it from a mile away. Rotherham are a good team at home. It's no coincidence that 90% of their points this season have come at the New York Stadium. They are really good at home. And Ipswich have got to do something spectacular here. Right, okay, this is some good play. Caden Jackson, that's some really good play. Chance for Chaplin. It's deflected wide. Good last-ditch defending there from Rotherham. This is the first bit of good play. Chaplin. Oh, it is a perfect defensive clearance actually by Odafin. He does really well to stick out a leg. Because if it's a clean strike from Chaplin, with the form he's in, I'd expect that to go in the back of the net. First bit of pressure from Ipswich, which is good for them. So Sam Nombe with the goal. His first goal for Rotherham, apparently. Fair play to him. Corner comes in. It's a very poor corner. Doesn't even get anywhere near anyone. think it was Nombe actually who booted the ball clear as well. So not only doing well attacking wise, but defending wise, doing wonders too. Thanks for voting on the poll. Oh, you've done one. They've done one slide. Have they not got the memo that this is quite important? I mean, if it's first year of uni, you can kind of get away with it. But at the same time, you need to pass the first year to even get through to the second year. They'll learn the hard way. I mean, it's not impossible to salvage something with your own little presentation. I mean, they kind of mark your own individual part. Oh, Harness. Oh, he wants a handball. That would be very harsh if that was a penalty given for that. Yeah, no penalty given. And free kick given to Rotherham, and Ipswich are very frustrated in this past event there. They want a penalty for a handball, which I don't think it was. So as Harding, it definitely does hit his arm, but I do think it's not an unnatural position. So, and yeah, it's very clumsy from Harding and Sam Morsey on Nombe. Sam Nombe's had a brilliant game so far. I mean, you do what you have to do to. All right, that's a bit more soft. That I would understand Ipswich's frustrations for. So the referee's just given a free kick for a slight collision. Odafin. God, that is soft. That is very soft to give a free kick from. I mean, he does catch his face, but it's his hand. It's not like his elbow or his arm. It's his fingers that catches his face. And yeah, that's a little bit harsh to give a free kick for that. So Rotherham got a free kick in the right-hand side of their penalty box. They can definitely do a dangerous set-piece situation. This is a very similar position when Ipswich scored their first goal against Stoke. Cafu with a free kick. Booted not so convincingly away by Luongo, sorry. It's a throw-in. They've got it all to do. They really do. I do think... I mean, 9 minutes in, that's the only positive for Ipswich. It's only 9 minutes of the game. They've got 81 minutes to try and salvage something. Last time I watched Ipswich as a live stream, it was against Derby, where I think it was the one penalty. Was it a penalty? I can't remember, but it was a 1-0 win to Ipswich, which was one of the nervy games that I've seen with them from last year in League One. They've really got all to do here. Rotherham look up for this, and they do look very organised. Onyedima for throw. Harness. And Morsey clears. Right. Decent defending. Luongo receives it. He tries to find Jackson, but Cohen Bramall intercepts it. But it's good play by Clark. Jackson's now running with the ball. Rathbone tries to catch up with him. He finds Chaplin successfully. Tries to get the cross, but it's intercepted and cleared. I keep saying West Harding. Twanzebe wins the ball. Twanzebe again. He's going to pass it down to Burgess. Harness. Luongo now. Back to Moores. No, okay. Twanzebe's going to take over. Chaplin. Jackson. Yeah, Rotherham look really organised, so I do fear for Ipswich there. They're going to have to do something quite spectacular. Long ball going in. Davis doesn't quite win it, and Harness has been outbodied by Onyedima, who's having a brilliant game so far. He's commanding Rotherham's attack here. He passes it back. Okay, so now Rotherham now with a little bit of possession. Odafin is going to pass it to Daniel Ayala, very experienced Championship defender. Junior T, which I've not seen a lot of until now, actually. Here's Odafin. Back to Cohen Bramall, who's breaking my heart because he used to be a Colchester player. All chance. Oh, okay, it's well defended by Twanzebe against Cafu. But Rotherham have run a throw-in. It's a good start for Rotherham. It really is. I can't deny it. You know, my relationship with Ipswich, you know, has definitely changed over the years with me working and spending more time in Ipswich these days than I do in Essex. You know, I definitely have gained a newfound respect for them. But I will call it out where the opposition's doing well. Right, corner given to Rotherham, which I wasn't too convinced it was a Rotherham corner. I need to look at that again. And then they're going to show a replay. Okay, of course they're not. Right, it's a set piece, and Rotherham are very good with set pieces. They're actually ranked top 3 with set pieces this season. That could be really, really bad. Vijay with the £1 donation. Sorry, I didn't see that. Thank you so much. The poll is obstructing most of my chat. Thank you so much. Any donation is terribly appreciated. And Vijay, that is unbelievably kind. It's really, really generous from you. And you are an actively strong member of the channel. Thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate that. Absolute legend. Oh, Blue Terry, I don't even want to think about Anthony Taylor. It's an inevitable 3 points to Manchester City. Them new Iona signed for them. It is a good signing. One thing I'll give Rotherham credit, I know they're down there within the Championship, but they sign some real experienced heads. So even when things, say, could go awry, they have got experienced players who can dig them out of these situations. You know, I think the free agent market is something that Rotherham look at, which they do very, very well. You know, if they get this squad in a very small shoestring budget, and to get it as decent and as experienced and enriched in quality as it is, can only just be given plaudits. With the recruitment, that is some really desperate defending by Ipswich there. Klukas with the cross, and Burgess with a last-minute interception. It's poor this time by Clark. Tonzabi's not strong enough there. The cross goes in. And Burgess stops Onyedema for potentially making it 2-0 Rotherham. I've got to say, I'm disappointed with Leif Davis. I think putting him up against Onyedema is a bit of a mismatch at the moment. Shot! Ooh! That's a good opportunity by TAE. My goodness me. Ipswich, you need to wake up here. So Klukas headed it away by Burgess. No one's pressing him. That is a clean strike. Looking like it was going right in the top corner, but just sails over the crossbar. Quite unlucky by TAE. That's a really good, ambitious effort on his part. Oh, Matt Taylor knows. If that got in, that'd be a really good position for Rotherham to be in. And what, only 14 minutes in? I've got to say, it's Rotherham who are looking so much more dangerous right now. Ipswich have barely threatened. Right, Leif Davis, he's done well there. He's managed to win the ball back, show a bit of his physicality. I just think it's a bit of a bit of a mismatch going on. Now, that is some brilliant defending, again, by Rotherham. They really are wanting this. They're running with every ball. It's Sam Nombe, who does really well to get the ball off Morsey. Ipswich now back with the ball. Massimo Luongo, who's got a wonderful pass on him. He tries to find Leif Davis, but he is not going to win it. They're going to pass it back to their goalkeeper, Johansson. He boots it away. And that's not a bad distributive ball, but it is headed away. Sam Morsey, who he can pass to Jackson if he could thread a ball, but he's not. He's going to play it safe to Clark. I do know a couple of my employees who have actually gone all the way to Rotherham for this, so I only sympathise with them that they're seeing this at the moment because the performance has not been great. But I've been saying it. I just don't think Ipswich have been playing well recently. I've been saying, I think it was probably my latest prediction for this game, I think they really need the international break ASAP. They're really struggling with some of their players getting injuries, especially Burns. I see Burns as a really big blow for them. I mean, they've got 2 more games. They've got this game out the way, which right now is not really going the way that they want. If they win this game in hand, they can close the gap on Leicester by 1 point, which is exciting for them. But right now, they're not making that opportunity count, and I see that as more of a win for Leeds, because then it opens a little bit of breathing space for Leeds to potentially catch up with Ipswich, because I don't see Leeds, and I've got to say Southampton as well, but I don't see them slowing down anytime soon. Now, possession-wise, you would say Ipswich are having a lot of the ball, and they are. They are having a lot of the ball. But what's very key is passes in the final third, and they've just shown some stats. Rotherham have had double as many passes in the final third than Ipswich. So it's telling me that Rotherham's game plan is working wonders. Now, is a free kick awarded to Ipswich there? I've got to say, that's a little bit soft. I've got to be quite honest. If I was a fan, I'd be telling Jackson to be strong here. Right, it is a bit of a barge. It is a bit of a barge. I thought it was a light push, but he actually runs in with his arm. So, okay, I understand why it was a free kick now. It looked a bit soft initially when I saw it. That's actually a good decision by the referees there. Right, so now Ipswich have got a free kick in their right-hand side of Rotherham's penalty box. This could be their biggest chance so far if they can thread a successful delivery into the box. Leif Davis looks like he's going to take it, who has got a wonderful delivery on him. But Rotherham, I'm just seeing their team, they're full of giants. They're going to eat these aerial balls for breakfast. They're not going to be too fazed by one of these set pieces. I've got to say, I forgot George Hurst was playing. I don't think he's touched the ball. Right. The free kick's eventually got to be taken. It's taken. Oh, it's one of those ones. Morsey! Oh, what a goal! What a brilliant goal by Ipswich. Sam Morsey. One of these routine, one of these training ground free kicks is what I'm going to call it. What a goal that is. To plant it right in the top corner is insane. I mean, Leif Davis is so clever here, and that's an assist for my Gaffer team, and he's captain too, so my Gaffer team's going to be loving this. But what a goal that is from Sam Morsey. He doesn't go for the cross. He plays it literally on the floor, and I'm disappointed in Rotherham that they did not think that Morsey would be a threat from there. He can hit those shots. Just inside the D, first time as well, right in the top corner. That is a wonderful strike from Sam Morsey. And there we go. There's my 1-1 prediction, and it's happened 18 minutes into this game. So I'm not too sure it's going to stay 1-1, but at least at one point it was a draw. And it's his first goal since February, apparently. What a stunning goal by Sam Morsey, the captain of Ipswich Town. Right, I'm actually going to end the poll because a good number of you have voted. And it is 50-50 on whoever's thinking of winning. 40% of you say Rotherham and 40% of you say Ipswich. Wow. I guess the draw really has to be what the result has to be. Cryptid Dino, welcome to the stream. If you're a new viewer, everyone do make sure you welcome our new viewers to the stream. It is always lovely when we get new viewers here. LCFC is saying, come on Rotherham, I take it you're a Leicester fan. I mean, I don't blame you, because right now you'd be really wanting your competition at the top of the table to be as easy as possible. And Ipswich, if they win this game, they close the gap on Leicester by 1 point. But realistically, I do see Leicester pulling away. I know they had a pretty bad result against Leeds, but I generally think Leeds are going through a really good run of form at the moment. And I would feel more concerned if I was an Ipswich fan that Leeds could catch them up, to be fair. I see Leeds more likely catching Ipswich than I do with Leicester. Leicester would have to go on a dramatic decline, and based on how well they started the season, I just don't see that happening. I really don't. I do think Leicester are fine, just as long as they're carrying on. I mean, the fact that they're already on like 30 plus points by this stage is insane. It's insane. Oh, a bit of a good passage of play from Ipswich there. Caden Jackson tries to find the through ball, but it's too much power. I mean, that decision for the free kick is what led to that goal, and Bramall's really not going to be happy about that. I originally wouldn't have given it. I thought it was quite soft, but then when I saw the replay, he does go in with his arm. So I thought, okay, that actually might be a good decision by the referee. And then it's a really clever training ground free kick, and Morsey takes his goal very well. Thank you so much, Cryptid Dino. I really do appreciate that. And that's actually a good time to summarise to you guys how we're doing with subs. Based on Cryptid Dino just subscribing, we are now on 2,104 subs. So thank you guys so much for the terrific support. I think our next target has to be 2,500. And think of this, guys. 2,500 is 25% of 10,000 subscribers. Could it be possible? 10,000 subscribers, Alexis? I'm probably dreaming big. But to get to this stage is already incredible. It's already exceeding any expectations I had with this channel. And the way that you guys can contribute is simple. Liking the stream really helps more people to be aware of what I'm doing. Subscribing just allows my channel to grow. It is free to do, and it really does help. And if you enjoy it, it means you don't miss any of my content. And sharing your channel as well, just obviously word of mouth and just sharing it on social medias, it also really does help. But I've got to always appreciate you guys taking me to this very benchmark. I remembered when I got 100 thinking it was the most amazing achievement, but here I am 2,000 subs after that. I'm still going. I'm still trying to push for more. Better than Goldstein. Now that is an amazing compliment for you, Vijay. Thank you so much. I'm just a part-time YouTuber, really. I'm calling it now. You know, I used to really treat YouTube as full-time, but definitely not anymore. That's watching a game and commentating it. Okay, Ipswich do quite well, but great interception by Klukas. Good header by Twanzebe. Referee's going to play on. Okay, that's interesting. Here's Rotherham now on the ball. Klukas. Bramall. Oh, that's some good play by Cohen Bramall. I missed this. I still remember his goal for Colchester in the League 2 playoff semi-final against Exeter, where I was so happy at the time. John McGrail in charge. And then things went wrong. And since then, Colchester are lucky to stay in the league in League 2 these days. Really sad times. And it's people like Bramall who leave, which is why Colchester's nowhere near the same squad as what it was a couple of years ago. Right, moving that out the way, let's go back to here. Oh, this is some fast play by Ipswich here. Harness. Oh, the touch is not great by Chaplin, and it's well recovered by Bramall. He tries to find... I missed the name. Oh, gosh, who was that? I did see it, but then I've blacked it. No, right, Oliver Rathbone, that's it. Yeah, he tries to find Rathbone, but the touch gets away from him. Ipswich again going forward, but well defended again by Rotherham. Free kick Rotherham. This game has really gotten an increase of tempo, which is brilliant. I was thinking this game could be a little bit hit and miss, a little bit stop-start, which I guess it has been a bit stop-start with the amount of physicality I'm seeing from this Rotherham side. But when there's no fouls in play, both teams are playing with some pace, and I'm really liking the speed and the flow of it. I mean, minus all the fouls and the free kicks and stuff like that, this game has, you know, really gotten... I mean, it's actually really surprised me. It's actually had a lot more fierceness than I expected. Always, we've got to be a bit careful here. And yeah, that's not a pass back. Right, so Hildaki rolls it to Twanzebe. Twanzebe now trying to look a bit comfortable on the ball. I can definitely tell he's someone who's not used to being playing in this sort of style of play. And I don't blame McKenna trying to give him minutes, but it is surprising that I see Wolverton getting dropped. Unless he's got an injury, because Wolverton has been so relied upon. I didn't really see all of Birmingham versus Ipswich. I don't know if he may have been in fault for a couple of the goals, but either way, it is very surprising to see a defensive change more or less than an attacking change. An attacking change you can kind of expect with more intensity and running and stuff. What a tackle that is by Clark, but it's well run back. I tell you what, there's some really good passages of play from the both midfields for winning the ball back. Oliver Rathbone concedes a free kick for Ipswich. Decent, yeah, I tell you what, that's actually great pressing by Caden Jackson to win the ball off Rathbone there. And he wins a free kick for Ipswich too. With 26 minutes gone, 1-1 so far within this game. Let me know of your thoughts in the live chat. I will be responding to as many of the chat that I can. And obviously, if you've left anything that stands out, I will read it. And if you've donated, I'll also shout you out as well, like what Vijay has already done. Thank you so much, mate. Leif Davis with the cross, and no one's in the box to receive it. Jackson tries to press Bramall. Bramall. Oh, that's a good tackle by Harness, but it's well recovered again. Rotherham Rotherham don't look panicked, which is a huge compliment to them because they're standing firm and they're showing no fear against the Ipswich side so far. That is a beautiful cross, can I say, by Leif Davis. George Hurst just doesn't get enough height on it. I'm a little bit unconvinced with George Hurst, I've got to be quite honest, from seeing him play. I get that his contribution to the game is big, but he's not really backed it up with the goal stats at the moment. So this is interesting. Best start by a newly promoted club, 14 games in. Ipswich are 4 points clear of the second best newly promoted club, which was QPR, all the way back in 1968, which is insane. So it's insane, really. It's not even like a newly promoted champion side. It's a newly promoted runner-up from the league below, and they have by far had the best start out of any club in the league. That is insane. I mean, they'd be up there for like the best stats for like recently relegated sides. You know, that tells you how competitive it is, really, and how little margin for error it is. You know, I was expecting to go through many home games without any stress of me thinking, oh, if they win, it's not the end of the world. But now that they're in this position and they're in, you know, the top two, it's now become the mentality of them having to win every game again, and every game counts. And I'm like, wow, I wasn't expecting Ipswich to be having that sort of mentality this early on when they got promoted, but it's quite refreshing, really, and it's really making Ipswich in general absolutely all right. Well, Hurst tries to close in on Johansson there. Oh, he might get booked for that. No, it looks like he's not getting booked. Okay. So, okay. So he's offside. That's why it was a goal kick. Well, yeah. Yeah, it's very leanness from George Hurst. It really is. I mean, I think he's moaning that Johansson's taking his time, basically, which is why he does it. But then he makes the situation worse by kicking the ball out of play. You know, if your whole point of moaning at Johansson was time wasting, don't make the situation worse. Where's Gatsby? He's downstairs at the moment. He's actually asleep downstairs. You may come up here if he feels like it. He was actually in my room last night, so I don't know. Oh, that's some good skill by Onyedima, but Twanzebe's giving the ball away in the box, but Ipswich recover very, very well. And here's the counter-attack from Ipswich. Harness, he tries to find Hurst, and the ball's not good enough. Hurst can't get anywhere near it. But I think, is the referee pointing for a foul? What's going on here? So Clucas, is he penalising? Oh, okay, yeah. So Clucas doesn't get the ball. He does connect with Harness, and I think that's a free kick to Ipswich. I think. Yeah, it is. It's a free kick to Ipswich, but no card given though. And to be fair, I think that is fair. He definitely wasn't the last man, but he did definitely stop a promising attack. Twanzebe on the ball against Oliver Rathbone. Okay, some good dribbling by Twanzebe. Up against Cafu there. He does quite well there, actually. Clark to Luongo is Morsey and Burgess. Yeah, Gatsby I think will come up at some point. He typically does. Right. One thing I forgot to say, Colchester are also playing their game in hand. So that game was delayed by another storm. But that was like the first game of the season where Colchester were meant to play Swindon Town. But Swindon are currently winning in their game which is not good for Colchester. I mean, to be fair, Colchester did actually get some good distance from the bottom 2 at the moment, but obviously if they're down there in the bottom 5, they really need all the points that they can get. Another free kick to Ipswich there. Rotherham definitely fouling a little bit more now. You know, they weren't particularly too aggressive and conceding cheap fouls, but as the half's gotten on, Rotherham look a little bit more exhausted, which in a way could make sense with their concentration to make sure that they stop Ipswich's attacks. But they've got to be quite careful. If you remember, Ipswich's equaliser came from a set piece and a free kick. So Ipswich know what they're doing with these set pieces, and Rotherham got to be very, very careful with those. A League One game taking place tonight, Wigan and Peterborough, and Wigan are currently winning at the moment. I'll go through all games when we hit half-time here, which will be in the next 10 minutes. Is it open? I think it was open in the opening 20. But I do think now it's kind of slowed down a bit. Neither side has really come close in the past 10-15 minutes or so now. But definitely Ipswich on the ball the most by a long, long way. And just a lot of the time the ball, it's not necessarily the teams giving the ball away, but both teams just cancelling each other out, being able to win the press, to win a tackle and stuff like that. It's not really a game where I've seen too many misplaced passes, to be fair. I think both teams have actually been on the ball quite well. It's really been down to the opposition being able to win the press and winning the tackle in. Ipswich are now on the ball in their own half. Twanzebe again on the ball. He's got a couple of options there. He's looking like he's not got options. I mean, he's definitely trying to lure the players in to try and open them up. They're not going to give in that easily. Clark, that is a delightful ball. Hurst, he falls down on his feet. He wants a pen. That is nowhere near a penalty. He falls over. I can even say it here if I'm supposedly supposed to be supporting Ipswich here. He definitely falls over, so no pen for me. And they do want it, but it's not going to be given. Hurst trying to close him down, but he doesn't. Right, they've got to be quite careful here. I tell you what, when Nombe gets the ball and Onyedima get the ball, they look really dangerous with it. One thing I'm seeing with that Rotherham back line, it's got a mix of youth and experience, which in a way could be a good combination. But I also do think you do get a lot of the time just a little bit of miscommunication with that. When you get like a fully experienced back line, I feel like you are more likely to have a bit more solidity, but it just means you don't necessarily have the pace to compete with that. I mean, I'm looking at that ball again. That is a delightful ball. I can see Odafin catching Hurst here. Oh, okay, it wasn't as clear as I thought. So let's see this again. So it's originally... you see, the thing is, he kind of steps on the ball, Hurst, so it looks like he's buckling already. But he doesn't go down until Odafin actually... I mean, it's completely accidental by Odafin. But he does catch him. I originally thought he just fell over, but actually no. Odafin's collision does contribute to the fall. So it actually was contentious, but for me it wasn't. I don't think it was strong enough to be a pen. The manager of Rotherham is Matty Taylor, who used to be the manager of Exeter City. Cross comes in. Hideki punches it away, a bit unorthodox, but it's worked. And some great strength by Hurst to win that. He's got some options. That's not the best of balls to Caden Jackson, but he is going to win it. I would have really wanted Hurst to do a bit better than that. That's a good through ball. Morsey, it's well blocked by Bramall, and it's another corner to Ipswich. Wow, great strength from Hurst. Now, this is what I want to see from Hurst a little bit more. That contribution, that strength. And it all came to Hideki punching across. I mean, I think that's quite disappointing defending from Ayala. From someone of this pedigree, I expect him to do a bit better. I don't think the pass to Jackson was particularly great from Hurst. If it was better, he definitely could have done better from it. That through ball was delicious, but it doesn't get anywhere, sadly. All right, Clark's going to win it back from the corner. Leif Davis going to give it back to Clark. Ball comes in, and it's poor, straight at Johansson. I did see the pen, and it was very, very contentious, that decision. It's just... It doesn't matter what league it is. You know, you can't take the quality of the refereeing no matter what game you play. It doesn't matter what league you're in. Yeah, I definitely wasn't convinced by the decision, let's put it that way. Clark with a long ball trying to find Hurst. Can he win it? No, it's good defending. Although Chaplin's going to win it back. Oh, but is he offside? No. Is he offside or is it a foul? If that's a foul, then that's very harsh. Why did he stop the play? He's not... No, he's not offside. Oh, that's a foul? Really? Okay, that's very soft. That's very soft. He definitely doesn't have any intent or malicious intent there. Yeah, that's soft. I've got to be honest. I can understand Ipswich's frustration that one. Sometimes I do think they overreact at times to decisions. That one I can understand because that was definitely a good open opportunity. If Ipswich go well, we will see an Ipswich Man City vlog. I need to think about trying to vlog again. I mean, to be fair, I definitely have a better phone camera quality to do it now, but I don't know, it just takes a little bit of work, really. I mean, it was actually very interesting to see how Benjamin Bloom did it, because obviously, as you know, if you saw me on the Discord, I met Benjamin Bloom this year. I burn against Ipswich. And it was actually really, really interesting. He definitely, you know, doesn't shy away from it. He definitely, like, pulls the camera out like this. And it's literally from his phone. You know, literally what I could be doing. But, and then he just takes about, I don't know, what, 30 minutes just to edit it in his car. And then that's it. That's all he does. Nice and simple. And I think I'll need to do that as well. And then I'll just need to muster the energy and the right sort of delivery to do it. I don't know. I definitely feel like I need to do it. I met Erling Haaland. Oh, could you imagine that sort of clickbait title? Anyway, Ipswich have got yet another corner. Rotherham got to be very careful conceding those set pieces, as I've said. Ipswich have looked at a threat on them. We're on the 39th minute. So we're not too far away from half time. Davis with the corner. Header. Oh, it's not the best of headers by Harry Clark. I don't think he actually expected to win it. Yeah, I think the commentator summed it up perfectly. It's almost like he had too much time and space. No one was marking him, but I actually think he was surprised that the ball fell to him. With a little bit more composure, I think he would have headed that goalward, and it would have been a really good opportunity for Ipswich to get a second. Oh, so Friday night game this week in the Championship. Blackburn, Preston, Lancashire derby. Sunderland, Birmingham as well is live. Saturday midday. That's a good choice as well. And I think that's the two live games. There may be more, but I need to look ahead. So Lembikisa. I think it's Lembikisa. I think that's his name. He's got the throw in now for Rotherham. Trying to find Onyedema. Leif Davis heads it away. What's happened here? I was offside. That's why. Matt Taylor looking a little bit more agitated. He was looking pretty calm actually, but now he's looking a little bit more concerned, which I guess I could understand. Clark, interesting ball, but he does find Leif Davis. Switches the play really well. Harness, passing the ball back to Luongo. Twanzebe, back to Harry Clark. Caden Jackson tries to play the first time pass to Chaplin. It's intercepted, but it's won back by Morsey. Burgess now on the ball. I mean, look how high that line is for Ipswich. I've got to be very careful. Morsey. Back to Hurst and Morsey again. Clark now on the right-hand side. or Hurst tries to dummy it, doesn't quite work. Now this could be a chance for counter-attack for Rotherham here. Nombe, and he finds Onyedema, but it's not the best of passes, and Ipswich look like that they recover in their position. Lenkisa now with the ball. He tries a cross. Oh, it's not a bad cross. Twanzebe had to make a very crucial clearance there, because Nombe was going to have another tap in at this rate. And it's again Davis getting turned and exposing what I could really say his lack of physicality. Whilst Davis is technically a very gifted player, and I can see that from the assist of the goal, he's really not got the physicality of what you'd want from a defender, height-wise and just physicality-wise. If he were to be like, let's say, a Premier League fullback, he needs to bulk up big time, in my opinion. Right, this could be a good opportunity for Ipswich. Counter-attack moment now. Caden Jackson. I don't know why Rotherham are looking a little bit exposed here. But Caden Jackson just misses the perfect pass to find Hurst and Harness, and it's collected by Johansson. What is the home ground for Hemel Hempstead? I don't bloody know. I barely know where Hemel Hempstead is. I wish I knew, because Hemel Hempstead have been a team kind of yo-yoing between National League South, where Chelsea play their games. Should know. I don't actually know where my phone is. I did know where my phone was, but now I don't. Am I sitting on it? That's what happened last time when I lost my phone. Where are my phone? It's not actually where I was sitting down. I've actually put it somewhere and I actually don't know where it is. I actually have no idea where I put my phone, which is very strange, because I swear I was like using it like not too long ago. I mean, my room is a tip, as enough as it is, and just losing my phone just like that is the perfect way for it. Cross comes in for Ipswich. Is it still one back by Davis? It is. Cross. Oh, well defended. Really well defended there. The chance is still not over yet. Harness. Leaf Davis. That's a creative ball. Onyedema clears it. And it's a corner Ipswich. Oh my word. Literally almost blinking you miss it football. It's so quick to see an opportunity created out of nothing, and that's exactly what Ipswich just keep doing. I mean, that cross there from Davis is outrageous. Rotherham been working really, really hard to defend that. Right, another corner. So another set piece for Rotherham to defend, which they've been doing relatively well apart from the goal. Corner comes in, doesn't beat the first man. It's very poor. That's the worst corner I've seen from Leif Davis in this game so far. I do know most grounds, but when it comes to National League South, that's when it gets a little bit difficult for me to know them. Here's Leif Davis. Chaplin, it's given away. Right, this could be a good chance for Rotherham. They've got... Oh, what a crucial tackle that is by Caden Jackson. Oh, that's a bit controversial. I don't think it's as bad of a tackle that the player's making it out to be. Jackson is fuming. To me, it looked like a perfect tackle. Let's see this. Cafu. Ooh. Okay, so I think it's a... So, he definitely gets the ball, Jackson. But the issue with that is his posture with the tackle. He scissors it. And that is why Cafu is in pain. So I'm actually not as annoyed as I was, but it's a shame because it was such a good initial tackle, but then the follow through of it from Jackson was just out of control. What do you think of Bristol City's new manager? And prediction is Rotherham 1, Ipswich 2. Thank you, Paul. I think it's an interesting appointment. It's definitely a very different manager, Liam Manning. A definitely exciting, expansive brand of football. I do think it will be... I think it will take time for Ipswich... not Ipswich. Bristol City, to get used to Liam Manning coming in. And we do always... Half chance for Rotherham. Just goes high and wide of goal. Yeah, when we could see League One managers go to the Championship, they're a little bit hit and miss, I find. Some of them, they acclimatise very quickly and put their philosophy in place. Some just take a while just to get used to the brutality of it, because I do think there is quite a jump with Championship and League One, as you know, you can see from Sheffield Wednesday's point of view this year. But I do think once it clicks, and I think what's great, because this is something that Harry pointed out, 3 current players in Bristol City, in Sykes, Dickey, I think, is it Dickey or Diggerson, I think? And there was one other one that I can't remember. They're both former Oxford United players. So, not necessarily being managed under Liam Manning, but if they play anything like the Oxford United when they were being managed by Carl Robinson, let's say, then Liam Manning is definitely going to get the best out of those players. So I do think it will be good. I do think they can get a good... I do think he can get a good tune out of it. I just think it's not going to be something that's going to be, you know, smooth straight away. And I'm glad. I think they'll be glad in a way they've got an international break to establish that. They've got a good week and a bit to train, to get his philosophy, his ideas in place, to know what sort of team he wants. By the way, 2 minutes of added time, and it's nearly over. We've actually gone over the 2 minutes. I'm so sidetracked talking to you guys, I didn't know there's all stoppage time. Johnson takes the goal kick. Referee looks at his watch, and it's half time. So I predicted 1-1 between Rotherham and Ipswich, and that is the score at half time. Rotherham score 3 minutes in. Perfect start for them. When Nombe manages to get a goal 3 minutes into this game. It's actually originally really good individual play by Onyedinma to win the ball off Leif Davis, get the physicality ahead of him, getting the cross, and it's initially poor defending by Axel Tuanzebe, which I gotta say, I think at the start he looked a deer in the headlights, but as the game went on, I think his confidence started to grow again, especially when Ipswich got their equalizer, which that came a couple of minutes later. Maybe an element of controversy. Was it a free kick? I think it was second time. I thought first time it wasn't. I thought it was a bit soft. But replay shows that Cohen Bramwell does barge. Who was it? I actually can't remember who he barged. But he barges a player. It was Cohen Bramwell who conceded the free kick. Leif Davis, you think he's going to cross it. He actually just passes it onto the ground. Morsey not marked. In the D. First time shot. Bang. Top corner. And it's 1-1. And after that, it's been Ipswich pretty much playing as they started, on the ball. But after that, neither side really creating anything. And Ipswich definitely didn't start well. They were conceding many openings and opportunities for Rotherham. But since their equaliser, Ipswich looking quite comfortable. And it's just really gone down to the final pass not being quite there. So a good entertaining half of football, actually. I've been really impressed by both teams in some way, actually. So I'm hoping that we're going to see the same in the second half. And actually, if it ends 1-1, that would be 3 perfect points in my prediction league. Ipswich, of course, would feel that they can get 3 points in this game. And if Ipswich do get 3 points, they will close the gap in Leicester and be only 1 point behind them in second place, which will be crucial for Ipswich to keep up the pace with Leicester. Yeah, I think Harry summed it up very, very well there. Do members not get a star next to their names? What do you mean by members? Are you talking about mods or something? I don't know. I've actually not got like a membership system on my channel. I keep getting nagged by YouTube to do it, but I've got to be honest, I don't have the time. I don't have the time to think of like a creative membership tier thing. But it would be really cool if I could. It really would be. Now, I'm really annoyed I can't find my phone. Where art thou, my phone? It can't have gone far. I wonder if I could ping it. Yeah. Oh, it's right there. It's on the shelf. So I actually didn't have my phone at the start of the stream. I thought I did, but clearly I didn't. I'm also just getting some water as well. Make sure you leave your comments in the live chat. Let me know if your thoughts of that half. I've given you my thoughts. Thanks to the 5 viewers here. The viewers have been kind of fluctuating in the stream, but definitely much better than Norwich Blackburn. So I've got to thank you for the support there. Oh, that's nice. Okay, Atkinson. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, that was the player that I think that's Atkinson. I think I mixed Atkinson and Dickey together, so I said Dickinson. yeah, yeah, he's definitely not playing. Okay. So I was just catching up on some things. Right. Okay. Good. Okay. Shall we do another poll? I think we should. Let's do another poll. Which team will score next? I say that would be a good conversation starter. And neither. Okay. Poll number 2: who will score next? Rotherham, Ipswich, or neither? Would it end as a 1-1 draw? Let's actually just remind you of what the table looks like. So as I said, with a draw, Ipswich are on 36. They will be 8 points clear of Leeds. Now, arguably, Ipswich would want 3, which will put them on 38 points, which will be 10 points clear from Leeds. They'll be really wanting as big of a gap as possible from them. They'd also be 11 points clear of Southampton. Let's not forget, Southampton are right up there as well. West Brom not far behind. And it's surprising to see only Preston 3 points behind them. It goes to show how well Preston started their season. Rotherham currently with a draw. They go on 11 points. A win sees them on 13 points. And they close the gap to Huddersfield and Coventry by 2 points. It'd be scary times if you were a Huddersfield and Coventry fan if either one of Huddersfield or Coventry become in. And I've got to say, you've probably got to throw Plymouth in that conversation as well. Millwall and Norwich not far away from that either. So, yeah, definitely the bottom 8 would be quite worried if Rotherham picked up 3 points here. And it was the perfect start for Rotherham. Just great strength by Onyedinma getting ahead of Davis, which I think tonight more than ever we're seeing Davis just being exposed by his lack of physicality, and Nombe getting his first goal for Rotherham. I'm really pleased for him that he managed to get it, but it was very, very easy for them. And Rotherham did start very, very well, but as soon as Ipswich got that equalizer, they looked really, really comfortable. Right. Oh, it was Jackson. That's right. That was the one who was fouled. I personally think it was a foul. I don't know what the pundits think. It's Joby McAnuff and Clinton Morrison doing it. Maybe they may back Cader Jackson in. Personally, I thought it looked quite soft firsthand, but then when I see the action of it, I do think it was a foul. But goodness me, they're just exposing how sleepy Rotherham were for not looking at Morsey, because he's really not been marked at all. 11 metres is the closest player to him, and that is why he made it look so easy. It's not easy, but he had so much time, and he felt, you know what, I've got this. I can hit it first time, top corner, and it's a great goal by Morsey. It really, really is. And I think on the balance of play, a draw is fair at the moment. Maybe Ipswich slightly edging it. If you go to stats, XG, I mean, look at this, 0.94 for Rotherham. Much better than Ipswich's one. They're talking about the penalty claim here. Not strong enough for me. Possession-wise, as I said, Ipswich had most of it, 66 to 34%. Same amount of shots and the same amount of shots on target. Their one shot on target has been from 2 goals. 2 shots on target to 1, and 1 block shot from Ipswich. So, to be fair, we haven't had many attacking play, but I'm actually been really impressed with the passages of play. It's just not resulted in many chances, which has been the only downside I can think of to this game. 6 fouls each. Look at that. 15 throw-ins to Rotherham. So they're definitely trying to win those throw-ins. Big chance for Rotherham, which was obviously when they took their goal. Passes-wise, I mean, there's a big contrast there. You can definitely see the change of styles. But to be fair, look at that. Ipswich are doing a lot of long balls as well. So Ipswich aren't afraid to go a little bit direct here and there as well, which is something I was quite critical for last season. I felt they were a little bit too tiki-taka, and they're not showing that they could be direct as well. And they are showing a good versatility of it. They actually have got a good blend of it, which I think is why they're able to get through most teams they've been up against this year so far. Now, let's go to where we can go to the bench. So, the good thing with Rotherham, they've got so much experience on that bench. You know, if Ayala goes off, they can bring Sean Morrison on, which would be a like-to-like replacement. Jordan Hugo can go on for Nombe if Nombe is struggling to get service. And Hugo, you know, on his day, can definitely be a nightmare of a championship striker. Tom Ease, you know, can be a great player as well. Lindsay, experienced at the back as well. Rotherham got some great options on that bench. Ipswich, I think we'll see Brandon Williams go on at one point. Potentially for Harry Clark. I think Omari Hutchinson will go on at 1.2, replacing Harness. Harness is kind of playing in that position that we would typically see Wes Burns play, which is interesting. Ladapo could play at some point as well, and maybe Wolfenden as well, being the more experienced centre back there. McKenna does like to give Dane Scarlett a little bit of a go as well, so we could see him as well. So that's what I think we will be seeing in terms of the substitutions. Based on the 9 of you here, I'm going to say it again. Thank you guys so much for the support. We're on 12 likes actually, so I know I had 50 likes there, but that's typically when I do a video. Could we maybe try and hit a target of 20 likes? It's probably quite ambitious, but honestly, I think we can absolutely do it. With 9 of you here, we can definitely really push the gap to it. So thank you guys so much again for your terrific support. I'll remind you how we're looking in terms of subs. We actually have gained a sub since we last checked, so thank you to whoever subscribed. We're on 2,105 subs. Our next target, I think, is 2,500, because if we do get to 2,500, we are a quarter of the way to 10,000 subscribers, which is just, I can't even comprehend. It's unbelievable that we can even think of that sort of target, but you guys are making the impossible dream possible at the moment, and you guys have really, really helped me to keep this going. There's been many times where I could have taken a break, and I haven't. I've kept it going. It's got to this stage, and it's all thanks to you guys, which is why you're getting as consistent of content as you're getting for me this year. A couple of you have voted. If you've not voted on the poll on who you think will score next, please do so. It's, you know, it's a good chance for you to get yourselves out there. Vijay's a bit worried as Watford have Rotherham this Saturday. Yes, it'll be a tough game. I mean, if Watford are at home, I think they can handle it. But if Rotherham are at the New York Stadium, I think it's going to be a tough game for all teams playing there, to be quite honest with you. I think it's going to be an intriguing contest. So results in the polls so far, at least, is overwhelming percentage, or majority I should say, going for Ipswich, which I can kind of understand. I wouldn't say it's as obvious as that. I do think it's going to be difficult for Ipswich. Right, I did say that I'll look at other games that are going on live as well. I am aware there's Champions League as well. Let's actually look at that. Let's look at Champions League. So not Championship, we want Champions League. Because we've already got one. We've already got one of them here. Let's go here. Okay, so we have got Atletico Madrid 2, Celtic 0. So if you remember, Celtic got a famous point against Atletico Madrid in their last game. This time around, already down to 10 men and 2-0 down. Looks like history's not going to repeat itself. Lazio and Feyenoord, 1-0 Lazio. Newcastle lost 2-0 to Dortmund. A bit of a harsh reality for them. Dortmund pick up 6 points against Newcastle. And now Newcastle looking a little bit more in trouble now within their Champions League position. Milan and PSG, is 1-1. Now, that would be a result that suits Newcastle if both can only pick up a draw here. Cervena Leicester and Leipzig is currently 1-0 to Leipzig. Man City 2, Young Boys 0. I mean, that's going to be expected. Look at this for a full-time score. Shakhtar 1, Barcelona 0. That is incredible. Sikan with the only goal, and Barcelona lose in Ukraine against Shakhtar Donetsk. That is insane. FC Porto and Royal Antwerp. Porto are winning 1-0. That is undoubtedly the result of this Champions League week so far. Shakhtar Donetsk 1, Barcelona 0. Incredible. We have got a game in League 1 tonight, as you can see. In fact, I think we've got 2. No, 3. Okay, my mistake. So Shrewsbury are playing Bolton. Shrewsbury around the lower part of the table. Bolton in the top 6, as you can see. A draw though. So if Bolton pick up a win, they could... They won't overtake Oxford because Oxford have got a way superior goal difference. But Bolton will be joint on points with Oxford, who of course Oxford, they now need to pick themselves up. Now they've lost their manager, Liam Manning. Shrewsbury are down in 17th. Wigan are currently drawing against Peterborough. Of course, Wigan, you know, their record tells you, oh, they should be up there, but they did receive an 8-point deduction, which is why Wigan are down in 19th. But they are picking up a draw at the moment, which puts them on 15th place and 19th place on the table. Peterborough with a draw on 29 points. Now, if they win, they could overtake Bolton if Bolton don't beat Shrewsbury. And the other game going on is Reading 1, Bristol Rovers 0. Bristol Rovers recently sacking their manager, Joey Barton. They also got a big result against Whitby Town, who they could have played against Chelmsford if we just bloody beat Whitby Town, but we didn't. You know, maybe it was a bit of a favour because probably Bristol Rovers would have smashed Chelmsford 10-0. But anyway, Reading, that is a big result for Reading so far. As you can see, they are second from bottom, and a win puts them on 9 points. 1 point clear of Cheltenham, so they were rock bottom at one stage, Reading. That is insane. And they are still 5 points off safety, so a win is paramount for Reading. They also received a points deduction, only a 4-point deduction. I say only a 4, it is still quite a crucial point deduction. Right, I need to actually get my timer ready because the second half is upon us. I've lost track of time. Rotherham are going to be kicking us off. No subs as of yet from what I can see. And here we go again. We resume this game in the New York Stadium. Are we going to get more drama here? I hope we get a really entertaining second half. I think it's possible. I think both teams have been absolutely insane. Let's actually end the poll. I think now's a good time to do it. So 71% of the vote are saying that Ipswich will score next. Interesting. Owen, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. What is Rotherham's old ground called? Oh, I'm not too sure. I won't lie. If I had to look at it, I probably would have to Google it. It's one of those ones where I feel like I would have heard it, but I definitely would not have thought of it being Rotherham's ground. I think I remember. I think it must have been Ben Foster. One of his quiz questions about Brighton's old ground name, and I was like, "Well, I had no clue it was called that." You know, when it comes to old stadium names, I only know the big ones. You know, Highbury is a good example. But, yeah, in terms of more obscure clubs, if I've got to say with no disrespect, in Rotherham, I'm not going to know, unfortunately. Here's Sam Watchalong on the ball. Good news for Colchester fans. They've just completed a comeback against Swindon Town. They're now winning by 2-1. We didn't actually have time to go through League 2. Let's just very quickly go to League 2. As you can see, Colchester are now winning 2-1. That 3 points puts Colchester on 19 points and 9 points clear of Tranmere. That is a huge result for Colchester if they can keep this. Swindon, I don't know what's been going on with them. They've been really collapsing with their form quite recently. And yeah, that's the only game being played. Colchester-Swindon 2-1 Colchester. Samson Tavide with the goal, or Tavide, yeah. Cancelo with the own goal to make it 1-1. In fact, yeah, what a good second half performance this has turned out to be for Colchester. Great comeback. So we're now focusing on this. Still 1-1 between Rotherham and Ipswich. Nothing really happening at the moment. There was just an offside I was given against Ipswich, and now it's a goal kick for Rotherham. Millmore, was it really? Ah, okay. I can kind of see where they've gotten their names from now. Right, thrown for Ipswich. They've now got a chance to take the ball back off from Rotherham here. Only 2 minutes in within the second half. Apparently, Daniel Ayala's is his 300th championship appearance. I was just saying, that Rotherham team, whilst it is made of a shoestring budget, they do find a way to get these free agents, Rotherham, with really experienced championship pedigree. And Daniel Ayala is a perfect example, as you can see. 300 championship appearances. That's the equivalent of, if I can do the maths right, 5 playing in every single game in the past 5 to 6 seasons. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're playing at a league for more than 5 years, then you're definitely a very experienced player, and Ayala definitely qualifies for that. I think I remember when he was first signed. Was it Middlesbrough he first joined? Because I know he went to Blackburn, and then obviously now he's at Rotherham. I can't remember where he first started. I have a feeling it was Middlesbrough that started his championship appearances. It feels like a very, or maybe Forest. It feels like a very Ita Karanka sort of signing, and it could have been when Ita Karanka was at Forest. Right, a bit of a physical second half at the moment. Nothing really happening. Sam Morsey trying to drive things in the midfield. Chaplin loses out the ball to Klukas, but he's won a throw-in for Ipswich. Right, Chaplin taking the throw-in there. Tuan Zabi now with the ball. Having a bit of a laid-back approach about it. Got mixed feelings when a defender looks as comfortable as this. Clark. That is a gorgeous ball to Jackson. He's on as well. Cross comes in. They want to pen Ipswich. Again, I don't think it's clear and obvious enough. Right, is that Hurst? I think it's Hurst on the ball now. Keeps the ball in play very, very well. Morsey. Ball comes in. No one's there. Oh. Now, okay, so Jackson's clearly hurt by that. Was it in the box as well? Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, that's a gorgeous pass from Harry Clark. Harry Clark has had a couple of those. It's contentious. I understand if people think it's a pen. I really do. It's one of those ones that's not really clear and obvious to me because the pass is already played. It's not like that it's denying an opportunity or anything. It's just a bit clumsy from Rotherham, a little bit desperate. You know, it's very clear to play football cleanly, if that makes sense. Right, that's a bit of a disappointing ball there from Ipswich. They've not done that a lot, but they have done so here. Red card apparently against Man City and Young Boys, and no surprise, Young Boys are down to 10 men now. Erling Haaland scored the first goal, and in fact he scored the third goal. And Phil Foden got the second, and it's 3-0 Manchester City at the moment. Big, just see this opportunity here. Foul's been given against Rotherham, and I think that's actually quite harsh. To be fair, I get why it's given, but I actually think that's a bit harsh on Rotherham there. Big goal in the Champions League at the San Siro. It is 2-1 to AC Milan. They are winning this game. Now, I don't think Newcastle want that. I don't think they want that at all. Let's see how the groups currently look with those results. That will put Newcastle bottom because AC Milan are winning their game against PSG. I mean, look how close this group is, with it being separated by only 3 points. But it goes to show how those back-to-back defeats against Dortmund has really damaged Newcastle's chances. They need to really go all out in their game against AC Milan. They need to go for the win against AC Milan pretty much, and then hope for the best against PSG and the Stade de France. Oh, this could be a good chance for Hurst. Oh, he's offside. Well, I'm not surprised. I was going to say, it felt like an opportunity too good to be true to fall to George Hurst. He's offside again. It's kind of how I felt a lot of the time when I saw Jackson play. Tony Stewart's here, Rotherham chairman. Who I've got to say, he's done a really good job this year keeping Rotherham in the Championship. They've not yo-yoed back down. They can have a couple of seasons. Well, they're now having 2 consecutive seasons in the Championship. They'll be wanting more than 2 consecutive seasons in the Championship. You know, the more exposure they get within the Championship, it's really, really going to help them. Right, what I'm going to do, I've actually got to save everyone's predictions, actually. I should have done that before. Now, Andy and Pinky Dagger has gone 2-1 Ipswich, which actually makes me a little bit nervous that he may be right. But I'm going 1-1, which is what I've predicted. So Andy and Pinky Dagger, in case you didn't know, he's currently winning the Prediction League. And yeah, he does tend to get at least one game spot on, and have a nagging feeling it might be this one. But it's currently me who's got it spot on at the moment, so I'll take every victory that I can get at the moment. Oh, that's some... I'll tell you what, I've been quite impressed of Lembisica. I think he's actually... I can tell he's a young player, but he's got that edge to him when it comes to defending. I've been actually quite impressed with him. And I actually like how often he goes forward and supports Onyedinma too. So it's a supplying fullback in a way, which I really, really do like. I do like it when the fullbacks are able to track back, contribute to the attack. You know, it's really, I feel, one of the more important positions on the pitch to extend the width. Now, if Jackson's onside, this could be a really good opportunity. He is onside. Cross comes in. Oh, the touch is not there by Davis. Oh, was it Lembisica that actually got the last touch? I thought it was Davis. Yeah, it's a corner. Okay, Lembisica got the last touch then. I thought it was a poor touch by Davis, but no, Lembisica clearly got the last touch. So Ipswich got their first corner in this second half. I did say Sean Morrison will be going on for Rotherham. It looks like he will be. Corner goes in. Oh, Chaplin tries to shoot. It's well defended. Rotherham trying to get on the break. This could be a good opportunity for them there. That's a pretty good pass. It does find Onyedinma. Clark does track back quite well. And brilliant defending by Clark. That is terrific defending. Now Rotherham got a corner. That is how quickly Rotherham could counter. And it's brilliant one-on-one defending by Harry Clark, who I think has done really well today. And he's been one when I've been hearing his name around in the office, because, I mean, generally it's a football frenzy of a work office. Harry Clark's been quite a polarising one from what I've heard. And based on what I've seen here, he's been crucial. He's been crucial. Not only defending-wise, but actually supplying an attack as well. Oh, it's well headed away. Ball kept alive. No, Morsey heads it clear. Harness now trying to force something to happen. No, it's not going to work. I think Harness is looking a little bit tired. I'd be thinking, oh my word. Oh goodness me. Was that Davis or was that... Yeah, Davis is not... I don't think Davis... I know he's got the assist. I've seen Davis play so much better than this. So what's basically happened, his touch is terrible. And he almost shoots it in his own net. And he's just won Rotherham a free corner. McKenna will be fuming with him if Rotherham get a big opportunity from this. Because it was a needless corner to concede. I know it was completely accidental, but he's clearly off it today with that. Jackson nearly clears it, but Clark will. Clark has been absolutely brilliant. That pass again. Oh, Harness nearly gets it. It's well recovered by Bramall. Rathbone. Adofin to Bramall. Right, now Rotherham with a bit of spell of possession here. Long ball going in, trying to find Cafu, and it's too much power, and the ball's out of play. Goal kick Ipswich. I've had a lot of fun watching this game. I actually feel a little bit calmer watching Ipswich when I'm not there. I don't feel like there's sort of pressure. Did I not say Daniel Ayala off, Sean Morrison on, clip it and all of that stuff? I called that sub, and that would be the first sub they make. And lo and behold, that's exactly what Rotherham have just done. Sometimes I just know ball. Not all the time, but sometimes I just know what they're going to do. It's just playing out from the back again. Definitely inviting the pressure at the moment, but they have kept it, which is good for them. Here's Burgess now on the ball. I never decide if it's Burgess or Burgess. I need to actually ask around in the office how they say it. Morsey on the ball. He's up against Oliver Rathbone, but he's going to go wide to Luongo. I got to say, Massimo Luongo against Blackburn was immense. He was unbelievable. Definitely a more subdued performance from him in this one, but still quite crucial in their midfield area. I've got to say, I've been quite impressed with Ipswich's midfield. They've nullified most of Rotherham's threat, pretty much from the 15th minute onwards. They were practically non-existent in the first 10, but in the rest of the game, I think they've been quite good. Thank you for the 14 viewers here of the stream. It's well appreciative that you guys are picking me to supply you with commentary of this game. I know not a lot of people are commentating on it, but I'm more than happy to supply everything that's going around in this game. If you guys can, it can be really appreciative if you support the channel. Liking the stream, it really does help. The like button, it's free to do, and it just really helps more people to see this channel. Hitting the subscribe button, the red subscribe button below, it really helps as well. It just gives the channel more perks, it allows it to grow. And sharing the channel as well, word of mouth and by social media, all of those things really do help the steady growth of this channel. We're still on 2,105 subscribers, but I've got to say again, thank you so much for the fantastic support around this channel. That's a good ball. Oh no, it's not. It's well defended by Bramall. Clark with the cross, and it's not there. Msika defends it well. Rathbone wins a strong challenge, and it goes to nothing for them there. Hildaki just passes it there. We've had only one shot in this half, which was that blocked shot from Chaplin, and that was it. So goal mouth action has been very few and far between in this half, which I did expect. I did expect Rotherham to make it difficult for them, and that's really the living proof of it. They've given the ball away very cheaply there. That's a good bit of play there. Shot. Oh, it goes to waste. Leif Davis actually showing a tiny bit of his strength, winning a tackle, but it's off target. That's a big opportunity miss, and I've got to say, I think he had better options. He could have passed it to Hurst. He was making a run. Oh, yeah. Hurst definitely showed his frustration there. Hurst was... I mean, I can get that Hurst... God, yeah. Davis knows he shouldn't have done that. Goal kick and normal service is resumed. Headed away by Burgess. God, I really hope for Hurst. He's so desperate to get something out of this. Oh, I've got to be careful. Yeah, they've got to be careful, Ipswich. Nombe tried to get ahead of that back line, and he nearly did, actually. He nearly did outmuscle Twanzebe, but he did well, actually. Harry Clark. I've got to say, I did say one of the subs, you've got to get rid of Harry Clark and get Brandon Williams on, but Harry Clark's played so well, I think you've got to keep him on the pitch. Harness keeps the ball on the pitch very well. That's a good pass to Luongo, and it's cleared for a corner. That is what Ipswich need to keep doing. They need to keep finding these creative passages of play. Right, it looks like Ravina and Hugill are about to go onto the pitch for Rotherham. I did predict that we would see Jordan Hugill make an appearance at some point. I didn't say Ravan though. That was one I didn't say. Davis with the corner, headed away by Sean Morrison. I mean, big Sean Morrison. Of course he's going to head those chances away. Rotherham trying to get on the counter-attack here. And free kick awarded to Ipswich. And they try and play it short and quick, and they have done so. Morsey. Well defended again by Sean Morrison. Definitely has calmed things down in the back. Oh, this is poor. He may be offside. Hurst, yes, he's off. That's about the 4th time I've seen George Hurst offside. He needs to. It's almost like the referee saying, "Yeah, you're offside again, mate. Come on." It's just like he could do. Honestly, if he just didn't ball watch and just thought about his position, he could be playing himself onside so many times. But it's almost like he either needs to catch his breath or he just takes a moment to compose the game. And what we saw there was just a rare moment of Sean Morrison losing the ball. That could have been a really big opportunity there. Right, it looks like Nombe is going to be subbed off for Jordan Hugo, which did I not say again? It's exactly what I said as well. Or was it Onyedinma going off? No, Nombe's not going off. It's Klukas and Onyedinma going off. Revan and Hugo are on the pitch. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm guessing Taylor's tweaking the formation a bit to get two strikers. Probably more of a 4-4-2 or maybe a 5-3-2 formation then. I mean, the issue I have with that, it reduces the width in the midfield, but it does increase the width of their back line. Yeah, that's an interesting substitution there. Because I don't see Hugo as a wide player like Onyedinma. Oh, this is some good play by Ipswich. Oh, the final ball's not there. Deflection. It's got to be a corner. Is that not a corner? I thought it was a deflection. Ipswich looking a little bit frustrated with the lack of chances they're having, which I can get. So Hurst. I mean, that's good play. That is really good play. Harness maybe being a bit wasteful there, but yeah, Chaplin desperate to try and get something away. Nah, it's a goal kick. Ponzabi. It's really okay. So throw in for Rotherham. Taylor seeming a little bit intense, which I can get. Chester is really wanting Rotherham to win, or potentially maybe a point would even be a good result for Leicester. Thinking about it, it still means that they're 3 points behind Leicester, Ipswich, but it does, it does mean Leicester get away with it a little bit with the fact that Ipswich don't close the gap on them by 1 point. And I think that's really a decent result, actually. Thinking about it, Leicester have already played Rotherham at the New York Stadium. They won 2-1. Was it 3-1 or 2-1? It was one of those results. So, Leicester picked up 3 points at this ground. And if Ipswich can't, then that's already 2 points gained from Leicester in that meet-up. Oh, Rotherham with a chance! Oh, my goodness, that's the closest anyone's got to scoring in this half. Sean Morrison, he would be dying to get an opportunity like that. Rotherham have barely threatened in this half. Already get closest to, I don't know what that header is by Hurst. He's clearly not a defender. It's not strong enough. But it's Hugo to Morrison. Morrison's not really marked that well. But Hugo gets ahead of Twanzebe, which again, I'm seeing Twanzebe getting beaten aerially, which is not great for a defender to be beaten aerially by a striker. Here's Chaplin with a lot of space. Shot. Great bit of defending there. Oh my word. Rotherham with a last-ditch block. That was by Odafin. Brilliant block. That was desperate. So, Leif Davis manages to win the ball back. Luongo then to Chaplin. Maybe Chaplin takes a bit too long. Right, there's Nombe going off the pitch, which I did expect. And Georgie Kelly, who is a striker from Rotherham. I think they've got 3 strikers on the pitch. So it feels like Rotherham are really trying to get their taller players onto the pitch. Right, it looks like Ipswich are about to make a triple substitution, which I think is more than needed right now. I think, not like that they are looking like they're about to concede, but I think they just need more energy and life. Wallace and Gromit fan, welcome to the stream. Chester's thinking Ipswich will take this last minute. Quite likely. Ladapo is about to face against his former club. This is going to be a very interesting reception for him. Amari Hutchinson is about to go on as well, who I absolutely adore. He's a Chelsea player, and when I've seen him play, his skill is immense. Now, against Rotherham, that could be potentially a little bit not quite the best way around it. You know, it feels like against the teams that like to play, that could be good, but when it's Rotherham, which are a team that sit back a little bit more, it could be a little bit more likely that may not work, but it adds a good bit of pacing to the team. Jackson, Luongo and Hurst are off. I actually agree with all three of these. Hutchinson, Jack Taylor and Freddie Lizappa on. Yeah, I think that's actually three very sensible substitutions from Kieran McKenna. I really do. And if you remember, Ipswich got their 2 equalising goals with combined work from substitutes. You know, Harness was a substitute that managed to really get heavily involved in the score sheet. I'm a little bit surprised Harness has not gone off yet, actually. That's the only thing I'm a little bit surprised. But I actually think that is actually 3 sensible substitutions from Kenneth there. I wouldn't really have any complaints. Harry Clark. Yeah, no, Ipswich not winning. I mean, they had the worst possible start going behind 3 minutes in. The equaliser was brilliant from the free kick. Poor defending on Rotherham's part, but brilliant on that part. But I've got to be honest, since that goal, it's not really been full of goal-mouth action. It's been teams kind of playing it in the middle of the park, but both teams losing it. And I think it's just down to the hard work of each team winning the ball back. Right, here's Amari Hutchinson with that skill. Cross comes in. Oh, it's a good touch by Chaplin. Shot! Oh, that's one of the first times Chaplin has had a really good amount of space. And that already is showing the good impact of Amari Hutchinson at the right. Look at the space Amari Hutchinson gets into. His skill moves, he's done so well there to even get a cross. I mean, I'd question that the cross was a bit too high and with too much pace, but Chaplin actually does well to control it. And the shot is just not good enough from Chaplin. He doesn't even hit the target from quite a fair amount of space in that penalty box. So I think he's just got to keep going. It's looking like that he's going to get more chances now that there's more attacking potency now within that Ipswich side. Here they go again. Chaplin now leading the attack. Ladapo, oh, the touch is not great, and Rotherham managed to clear. Rotherham won a free kick. It's not given. Lexima against Chaplin. He gives it to Tei. Odafin, he's going to give it to Johansson now. Ladapo, no, he's not going to close in. Goal kick. Georgia Kelly wins it ahead of Twanzebe. That's the one thing I'm not being sure about Twanzebe. I'm not really being sure he's been great at winning aerial headers. I'm going to be interested to hear what people in office think of Twanzebe after this game. I don't think it's been terrible. I do think that he was the main defender at fault with the opening goal for Rotherham, but I don't think it was anything like too unforgivable. Right, here comes Ipswich again. Amari Hutchinson. Oh, but then that's the thing about Amari Hutchinson. Just no nonsense players, and it's a throw into Ipswich. Right next to the box. I mean, I was just saying there, who was that player? It was the substitute Revan, where Amari Hutchinson has already had a couple of battles with him, and he's got to be quite careful not to overdo it with his skill moves. And Revan, again, has done so well. Revan is definitely had a good bit of defensive solidity, a little bit in the wide areas, which I think Matty Taylor saw is where Ipswich were attacking the most of. So that's why they brought Revan on to try and assure that. Joel, welcome to the stream. I'm guessing that means he wants Ipswich to win. I mean, it'd be nice for Ipswich fans in that case. Mike Hudson with a cross. The Dapo against Sean Morrison. Sean Morrison wins. That's a good contest there, actually. Both really similar in height and physicality, but Sean Morrison wins the battle there. Chaplin, oh, brilliant last-ditch defending. Harness tries to win it. Oh, my word. I'm telling you what, Rotherham have worked so hard at the back, and I've got to give him credit for that. Taylor, oh, he nearly loses it to Georgie Kelly, but it's well recovered. Twanzebe to Burgess. Jack Taylor now. He now tries to deliver the ball to Hutchinson. I mean, that's pretty much the play. Give it to Hutchinson and see what happens, which I'm pleased he's really been given a really big role in his team. Clark, oh, okay, that's not one of his better passes there. Hutchison, however, really wins it back, and he's done so well. And Twanzebe against Hugo, a nice, interesting battle then. How do you see Ipswich in this match? They've not really been threatening, but I think that's more to the credit of Rotherham being so hard-working off the ball. Rotherham, I think, have gone closest to scoring in this half. But they've really only had like one chance in, 30 minutes? So chances are very few and far between for Rotherham, and Ipswich definitely having most of the ball. And Ipswich, I would dare say, even though they've not looked threatening, they do look more likely that they will score because of the frequency that they're getting across the pitch. Rotherham have just let the offside trap go, and it's a goal kick to Ipswich. Here's Leif Davis, who I've actually not been too impressed with this match. I think he's looked quite shaky. I know he got the assist, and I'm not taking that away from him. I'm really pleased because he's in my Gaffer fantasy team as well, so I'm really pleased. But if I've got to be honest, I've seen Leif Davis play a lot better than this. I've seen him look a lot more composed. And I think what we saw is the disadvantage with him being such a technically gifted player. But the stereotype is, if you're technically gifted, you're not necessarily the typical tall, hunky, like Brutus player. You're a little bit more sprawny, a little bit lighter. And Rotherham are a very physical team. And if you are a bit short in the physicality department, you're going to get exposed against these teams. And I think that is what they Rotherham have done really well with, actually, targeting the players that are not necessarily the strongest and winning the ball off them. And they've done a good job of that. Chaplin, that's a creative ball, but Revan's going to get ahead of Amari Hutchison. And brilliant defending, I've got to say, by Revan. I've been really impressed with him since he's come on. Here's Mark Ashton. I knew he'd be there. We've got 15 minutes for another goal. I did predict 1-1, so I'm not letting that get away from me. That I did predict 1-1, and it's still 1-1 with the last 15 minutes. But as we saw with Ipswich very recently, a lot of goals can happen within the last 15 minutes. And they've just got to stat here, 9 goals in the final 15 minutes for Ipswich. So they know exactly what they're doing. But I've got to say again, really good physicality. Murray Hutchison. Right, that's definitely a foul. That's 100% a foul. And a free kick in a crucial area. Revan daydreams a little bit there. He doesn't anticipate Murray Hutchison getting ahead of him and winning the ball off him. And I've been praising Revan, but he daydreams a little bit. Is late to the ball. Definitely catches Hutchinson. And it's a free kick to Ipswich. Not too dissimilar of an area when they scored their first goal. Is this when Ipswich starts to fall? I don't think it's suggested. I don't think it's the right idea to suggest that this is Ipswich's fall. I just think this is typical of what we see. You know, I would look at it and say this will be a sort of game where Ipswich don't pick up any points last year. The fact they're picking up a point is already an improvement. Now, I do think they are noticing if anyone's outside the penalty box this time around. So Rotherham have done their homework here this time. Davis with the cross, headed away by Morrison. It's a corner. Sean Morrison, I've got to say, there's very few players, or defenders at least, who I think win the ball or win aerial duels as well as Sean Morrison. That's why he has so many championship appearances. Nabil was predicting 2-1. I don't know if that's to Rotherham or to Ipswich. But either way, he thinks that there'll be another goal. Yeah, I know. Birmingham was a little bit more of a poor performance from Ipswich in the first half because Birmingham really took the game to them there. But to be fair, you know, it's very difficult to maintain that form. That's a very contentious handball, but the referee's waved it away. That, to me, is a contentious one that could be given as a penalty. I think the reason they've not given it is because they've not deemed it as an unnatural position. It's definitely more of a stronger case than the first handball incident that Ipswich had. Right, Twanzebe composes the ball well. Hildeki manages to get it. Clark is very aware. He's got to be quite careful though. Right, there we go. There's a calmness around Ipswich playing out from the back, and I miss this from them. Each time when I see Ipswich play from the back, they look so nervy. But whenever I don't watch them live, they look so comfortable and confident doing it. It sucks. Right, Revan, I got to say, minus the yellow card, has had a brilliant performance defending from Omari Hutchinson, because I can see, because he's got that power and that pace, he can match Omari Hutchinson. And I think he's done really well to nullify him, or at least not make him... That's a good run by Leith Davis. Cross comes in. It's missed completely. Oh, I think... Wait, offside? Was he really offside? Didn't look offside to me. Hang on a minute. Oh, yeah, he's off. Bit close, but yeah, he is off. Okay, that's actually good officiating. Right, let's see. This is the handball. Hand a bit more unnatural, I gotta say, but he does swing his arm round. Yeah, you barely see Kieran McKenna react, but he did there. Stone cold faced Kieran McKenna kind of broke his whole demeanour with that handball there. I guess you get a bit desperate when you're chasing a game like this. I mean, 2 draws in a row, I wouldn't say is a fall, but it's definitely not as ruthless as it was when they were picking up wins constantly. Here's Ladapo. Oh, that's a brilliant ball. Hutchinson was onside, but the touch is not great, and he's had to retreat. Morsey. Oh, okay, this is a good ball. Hutchinson can cross it. Oh, it's missed. Oh, Chaplin again. He just doesn't get the power on it. This is a very frustrating performance for Ipswich, and I think especially for Chaplin. You know, I agree, Joel. They need to keep going, because I think they've definitely shown that they are getting a bit more success. Does he get the ball? Does the defender get it? I thought Chaplin got the ball. And he did get the ball. Yeah, it's poor from Chaplin, sadly. Right, goal kick. We're in the 80th minute now. For stoppage time, I don't think we're going to get more than 4 minutes. I think there's not been too many stoppages to play. We've only had 1 yellow card being given out, for instance. So I think this game will be quite a swift one, really. Which I don't mind, personally. It means I go to bed a little bit quicker. Oh, this is a good attack from Rotherham here. Cohen Bramall, but well defended by Twanzebe. Morsey against him, and a throw into Rotherham. And for the first time, I've got to say, in 30 minutes, I actually heard a roar from the home fans. They were really happy with that run from Bramall there, who, I got to say, I think he's been one of Rotherham's better players. And that's me saying it with gritted teeth after he left Colchester the way he did. He's a loan signing, and I'll give him that. You know, it's one of those ones you don't want to fall in love with a loan player, and Bramall was on loan in Colchester with the season that I'm referring to. Oh, a bit of pushing and shoving, long throw-in. Oh, it's not convincing from Hildaki, but it is just outside the D, and yeah, it's not a great shot. It's a waste of an opportunity. Idris, welcome to the stream. He's asked, what's my prediction? Well, ironically, I predicted 1-1. And it's still 1-1 at the moment. You know, there's some part of me, because I work in Ipswich, where I feel like I have to support Ipswich here. But I have tried to be as objective and as unbiased as possible. And I feel like I've done a decent job with it. Free kick to Rotherham, which I think is fair. Oh, and there's the traditional yellow card that Sam Morsey gets. It's taken him 81 minutes to get it. I think that's a new record recently, actually. I've done my best to... Yeah, I mean, it's very lazy from him there. I mean, I think he kind of got stitched up there, actually, now that I look at it. It was quite poor from Harness, the way he gave it away. And I got to say, I think Harness needs to go off. It looks like Chaplin's off. And Dane Scarlett's on, so Chaplin won't be getting a goal. It's up to Dane Scarlett. He's the recognised striker in the team now. Free kick taken by Bramall. Oh, it's one. Oh, it's not terrible, but it's well cleared by Ipswich. It's not quite cleared yet. Oh, this could be a chance. Oh, Clark. Oh, it's still not cleared. What a save by Heldaki. That's a big chance for Rotherham. TV's lagged. Don't lag now. Rotherham could have just scored then. What's going on? Okay. No goals happened, but there's lag. What's going on with my TV? What's happened to the coverage? Okay. Replay. Oh, a bit of a deflection, but it was Georgie Kelly with a shot. Good save by Heldeki. Right, okay. It looked like that was the only meaningful chance. My God. The coverage just lacked there for a good couple of seconds, so I wasn't able to see. I thought Rotherham just took the lead. It's a good save from Heldaki against Georgie Kelly. And there you go. Rotherham barely had any chances in the second half, and just from that, they go by far the closest to scoring in this half. It looks like it's been given a goal kick for Ipswich for a foul on Heldaki. Joel's thinking there'll be a goal in the 87 or 89th minute for Ipswich. I mean, that's not far away. Bolton might be in the Championship next season. Yeah, honestly, they've looked pretty good so far. Yeah, I mean, Chaplin didn't really deliver to the plate today. It was not his best performance. Did he have a lack of service? You could argue he did, but there was also times where he tried to contribute to attack and he just wouldn't make the right decision as well. So yeah, it wasn't his best game. Here's Dane Scarlett against Tiayi, and Tiayi gets the block. It's another corner to Ipswich. Oh yeah, I did preview that if Bolton did win their game, they would go joint points with Oxford. They wouldn't beat their goal difference. I didn't actually know they scored. This time we get a break and play. Let's see actually the current scores with all the other leagues, because we've got 3 League 1 games, 1 League 2 game, and of course Champions League as well to look at. Corner comes in. It's not quite cleared. Harry Clark. Deflected. And Johansson gets it. We've got about 5 minutes and added time. So I'd say just under 10 minutes left for Ipswich to get something. Yeah, it's a nothing corner. No one really wins much to it. Yeah, it's not one of the best opportunities there. A bit of an opportunity that goes to waste. Free kick awarded to Rotherham here. Didn't actually see the foul. I just saw Hugh Gill and I think it may have been Taylor on the floor. But it's a free kick. Right, so Bolton have won by 2-0. Wigan have beaten Peterborough. That's a huge result for them. Opportunity missed for Peterborough to tighten their grip on the top 6. Harness against Cafu. Does quite well there. Rotherham won a foul. I don't think it's going to be given, and it's a throw in to Ipswich. Ipswich are going to want to keep the ball as much as possible now. They're going to really want to try and go to the other half of the pitch. They're not where they want to be. We're going to stay in League 1. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help with their points deduction, doesn't it? We're going to say... yeah, sorry, I read that. Will Ipswich win, says MoQR. Welcome to the stream. Everyone who's new, do give everyone a warm welcome to anyone who's new of the stream. We always like to welcome our newer viewers. I don't know. Oh, this could be a good chance. Clark with the cross. No, good defending by Sean Morrison again. Diving like a salmon. And Georgie Kelly, I've got to say, he's done really well there to win. He's got a throw in for Ipswich there, but it's good work rate from Georgie Kelly to get ahead of Omari Hutchinson. Oh, I don't know if Ipswich are going to win. It feels like it's one of those days, I think it's going to be 1-1 for Ipswich. Which is what I predicted in the end of the day. Because I did envision this. I knew Rotherham would make it tricky. Burgess. Leif Davis, who's an onside here. Cross is not the best. Harness doesn't get it. Although, Hutchinson, why are you shooting first time? You shouldn't be shooting first time from a ball like that. Here's Harry Clark. He goes for an overhead kick. Dane Scarlett, not great. Oh, there's going to be a chance. Oh, it goes in. It's a goal. Unbelievable. It's 2-1. Ipswich. Lastminute.com again. Last minute FC. They get their second goal. I mean, it is the scrappiest of the scrappiest goals you will ever see. But they will not care one jot. It's a goal. And Jack Taylor looks like he's been credited for it. Yeah, and of course Andy Pinky Dagger got it correct as well. Oh, that's a dagger to the heart, isn't it? Right, let's see this again. So I was moaning at Amari Hutchinson for shooting. It's a great pass by Harry Clark. Oh, Jack Taylor definitely doesn't mean it. So he tries an overhead kick, Dane Scarlett. Then Harry Clark gets an audacious cross where Dane Scarlett tries the overhead kick. Then it was... Is that going to be credited as another Leif Davis assist? Because it was Leif Davis that put the ball back in play. I think it comes off... It comes off Jordan Hugill. Oh no, Rathbone, I think. Then it comes off Jack Taylor, which just about... Does it come off Rathbone then, Taylor? I don't know if Taylor got it first. I think it comes off Rathbone, then Taylor, and somehow his deflection treacles it past Johansson, and it just slowly crawls across the line to make it 2-1 Ipswich. I mean, they're not going to be credited for the quality of goals. I mean, Sam Morsey will, but Jack Taylor would definitely not be credited for the quality of it. But it's his first goal for Ipswich, and he'll be really, really happy with that, and I'm pleased for him because Jack Taylor's been one that's not won all the Ipswich fans' hearts yet, but a lot of the people in office really like him. They really like what he's about. It looks like Kieran McKenna is about to make another substitution, which would make sense. It's the 89th minute. They'd be really silly now to throw this away now. Here's Georgie Kelly up against Sam Morsey, and it's gone out of play, and it's a throw into Ipswich, which they will be loving. Yeah, look at the time. Yeah, I know, 87 minutes. Last minute FC strikes again. Their 10th goal in the final 15 minutes this season. It's a common theme. Right, finally Marcus Harness is going off. I felt like he needed to go off because he really did nothing in that second half. Dominic Ball is going on, which makes sense. So taking an attacker off, adding a defender on. McKenna is definitely going to try and shore things up in those final, which I think now with that goal we could get around 5 minutes at a time. That's what I think. I think we'll get about 5 minutes. 6 minutes? That I think is a bit... I don't agree with that. I don't know how they found 6 minutes in this game. We've only had 2 yellow cards in our entire game. We had no injuries. The only delays we've had has been from substitutions. I don't know how they found 6 minutes out of that. Right, Rotherham have won a throw-in. I think Rotherham are really going to try and throw the kitchen sink now at this. I'm already seeing Rotherham looking way more... way more at it. Their aggression has just gone up a level, and they really, really are pushing into Ipswich's half here. Sean Morrison with a long throw-in, and it's headed away by Morsey. Morsey doesn't win it. I'm sorry, Hutchinson doesn't win it, I guess. Kelly. Oh my word! Outrageous goal! It's 2-2. What a strike that is! I mean, I can't complain. That is an impressive strike. Oh my god, it's Tiayi with the goal. What a strike. Literally out of nothing, but that's what happens when you try and sit back. The header's not great. Bramall wins it ahead of Amari Hutchinson. Taylor's poor here. He needs to be stronger against Rathbone, which is ultimately how it's... and Kelly, the shot, and then the deflection. That's when it finds Tiayi. And Taylor's not quick enough. And there you go. Ipswich have to go again. 2-2. And will McKenna now be regretting taking Harness off? Here they go again. Now Ipswich now care about attacking again. If you've got 6 minutes of added time, you need to be going for that third goal, not trying to sit back and survive for 6 minutes. Whilst Rotherham have barely had any shots in this half, they've always been able to look so dangerous when they do. You can't be doing that. Right, Leif Davis is going to win it back. Giving it to Morsey. That's an interesting ball. Ladapa can't win it. Yeah, I do get 1 point at this point. Yeah. I mean, I didn't expect 2 goals from both sides. That is, I gotta say, Ipswich would be so upset with this. It's an unstoppable strike. You know, right in the top corner, no goalkeeper saving it. It's an outrageous goal. Anyone saying Hildeki should say that are deluded. No one is saving that. I'm just only disappointed with Jack Taylor's positioning. It's his first goal for Rotherham as well. Everyone gets their first goal for their clubs. Nombe gets his first goal for Rotherham. Tie gets his first goal for Rotherham. And Taylor gets his first goal for Ipswich. Everyone gets their first goal today, apart from Sam Morsey. Right. Here's Ladapo. Poor ball from Ladapo, to be fair. Here's Dominic Ball. Davis. Interesting play. And, okay, not clear. It's headed away by Sean Morrison. Oh, Hugo's done well there. Ipswich look a little bit shocked, to be honest. They really do. I don't think they expected this from Rotherham, but they really should. If you are second in the league, you need to expect every game from each opposition like a cup final to them. You have to maintain your focus and intensity and your ruthlessness even against teams who are down in the bottom 3. It's as simple as that. It's a lack of mentality if you lower your game because of whoever you're playing in the table. Here's Davis. Oh, no free kick. That's a bit harsh. I actually thought that was a free kick for Ipswich there. Long ball going in, trying to find Georgie Kelly. He's not going to beat Twanzebe. Oh gosh, Twanzebe though. Bloody hell, mate. Hildeki does recover it. Matt, welcome to the stream. What a game indeed. I mean, I've been as unbiased as I can, and I've got to say, we've had 2 scrappy goals. Well, no, in fact, no, that's a bit harsh. I actually think we've had 1 scrappy goal from Ipswich and 2 wonder strikes and 1 really well-worked goal from Rotherham. I think we've had, I mean, goal mouth action's been actually very, very few and far between. But my goodness, when they hit the target, I actually don't... I think the only save I've seen any goalkeeper make was from Hildeki against Georgie Kelly. We've had more... most of the shots on target have been goals. I'll go as far to say 80% of the shots on target have been goals. Okay, here come Ipswich now. Davis. Oh, I wouldn't play that. That's not the right decision there. Still in play. Ball! And that's the first save Johansson has had to make. I mean, it's a P-roller of a shot. It was Morsey, actually, that shot that there. I mean, it's one of the few times that Rotherham don't really clear their lines. And yeah, Morsey with a P-roller shot. It's easy for Johansson. A fair draw. Possession-wise, would disagree. I mean, my gosh, I've only just realised we've got under a minute. It's just have really got to attack now if they want something here. I think it's going to be one of those games. I predicted 1-1, so I did get the outcome correct by the looks of things, but not the score. Rathbone clears. Referee's not blown his whistle yet. Twanzebe is trying to find Dominic Ball. He's still playing on, the ref. I mean, he must have added some time on with Rotherham celebrating their equalizer. Right. Here we go again. Brilliant defending from Rotherham there. Great clearance. Twanzebe wins it back. I mean, that's not a great ball from Twanzebe. It's a throw-in to Ipswich. He looks at the watch. And there we go. That's the full-time whistle by lots of things. It is. It's another 2 points dropped from Ipswich. Is it cause for concern? I don't know. It's a good question by Matt. Are Ipswich starting to falter in your opinion? Have you seen their December fixtures? Their December is awful in terms of difficulty and fixtures. I do think at this moment they are definitely not fielding a strong, their strongest team. They've got an injury to Wes Burns, which I think people have underestimated how big that is for Ipswich. I think what we're seeing is more teams going to Ipswich and giving them one hell of a game. I think what many teams made a mistake of, especially at the first couple of games of the season, was undermining that Ipswich were going to kind of roll over. Now that Ipswich have kind of got this lead from Leeds, I almost feel like they've actually relaxed a little bit in terms of the way that they've made their sort of style. But they've got to kind of adjust their expectations. You know, every Ipswich employee I talk in my office now is now wanting top 6 from Ipswich, which at the start of the season would have been a bloody miracle. And I don't think it's settled in with all of these players yet. I think the draw... I feel like if I asked their opinion in office, they may say the draw was not fair. Personally, I think the draw is fair. We'll go through some stats. And in fact, we've got to go through some other results because we've had quite a few of other football games today. Oh, come on, Catcher, please work. You've been working so well until now. There you go. Let's quickly go through this one because as I was explaining to Matt, we barely had any shots. XG, Rotherham had a stronger XG than Ipswich. 71%, so Ipswich playing a lot of the ball, but you can see here, 13 shots, but look at that, only 3 on target each. And as I said, 2 of them from each were goals. So there's been very few saves from each goalkeeper. Goalkeeper saves, as you see here, only 1 save each. 3 big chances for Rotherham and 2 big chances missed. I gotta say, yeah, especially in that second half, Rotherham barely, threatened, but when they did threaten, they looked more likely to score than Ipswich when they go into the box. So maybe Ipswich need to think about with the way that they play. They need to be a bit more versatile with it. And I have seen them play a little bit more passive, but also be a little bit more direct at times as well. But I think they've got to be really mindful, especially with the teams that they're playing. When you play against Rotherham and you try and outpass them, they're not going to care. They're going to just try and win every cross, every corner, every set piece and every header. And that's essentially what Rotherham did. Rotherham getting a point. They would have loved all 3. If they did get all 3, they would have been 2 points behind Huddersfield. But it may not be a bad point for Rotherham. For Ipswich, it's a big opportunity missed. They could have extended their lead from Leeds by 10 points. How crucial could this draw be? How crucial could Ipswich not winning in their last 2 games be? I mean, we are really judging very high expectations. 2 draws in a row and suddenly, it's panic stations, it's over. The way that I'm thinking it, there's only 1 game for Ipswich until the international break. And most of these players can reset, recharge their battery and go again. And I've got to say, December is really, really tough. I know they've got to face Coventry actually in December as well. Actually, they've got Leicester on Boxing Day. They've got Norwich the week before that, which I know Norwich aren't doing well. 17th place, mind the gap, as many Ipswich fans are saying, the 15th place gap. But Norwich will make a game out of this, and whether it's with David Wagner, either way, it's going to be a really, really big game. Let's just go through the rest of the results because we did have other games. So, Champions League, we had a couple of games being played. It ended 6-0 to Atletico Madrid. If you remember, it was 2-0 to Atletico Madrid by half time. But Celtic went down to 10 men early on and they were punished for it. Atletico Madrid went out for revenge when Celtic got a famous draw against them. Lazio beat Feyenoord by 1-0. Milan hold on for a famous win at San Siro against PSG. That has ultimately left Newcastle at the bottom of the table, which is not good for them. Okay, I don't know what's happened there. Hang on. But if you see round 5, PSG Newcastle, if they can write this game off maybe, that final game, Newcastle-Milan, that is a crucial game for Newcastle if they want to have any chance of qualifying. But look how close it is. Only 3 points separate Newcastle and Dortmund. Man City beat Young Boys by 3-0. I believe, are they the only team with a 100% group stage record? Okay, Real Madrid technically do still. And Bayern Munich, okay, yeah, they're not. But they're the first team to win 4 games in a row in the Champions League, Man City. Leipzig, they got a win against Sven Svesta, 2-1, a little bit close there, but very predictable table there. Very famous win at Ukraine. Shakhtar Donetsk 1, Barcelona 0. What a result that is for Shakhtar. Porto beat Royal Antwerp pretty comfortably by 2-0, and I've got to say, already by game week 4, it's actually already impossible for Antwerp to qualify for the last 16. And they would have to hope that Shakhtar don't get any more points if they want to have any chance of Europa League. So, yeah, it's not been a great Champions League campaign for Royal Antwerp. League 1, we had 3 games take place. Good win for Bolton. You go Shrewsbury away, not easy, but they did win, and I think that Morley goal made things very comfortable for them in the end. They are actually joint on points with Oxford, also on 32 points, but definitely with an inferior goal difference. Bolton will be sniffing for that position, following the fact that Oxford are now without their manager, Liam Manning. They'll be looking for a replacement manager to hopefully get a very similar response for what Manning was getting with his squad of players. Wigan get a crucial win against Peterborough. Wigan, obviously this season, stats-wise, if you took away the points deductions, they'll be doing brilliantly. But Wigan have, with an 8-point deduction, 4 wins in their last 5. They've definitely recovered their season. Peterborough is a poor defeat. They could have really tightened their grip on that top 6 place, and they would have only been 1 point behind Bolton with a win as well. So disappointing for Peterborough there. Reading were winning against Bristol Rovers, managerless of course still, but Bristol Rovers do get an equaliser, and who else but Chris Martin, still not retiring anytime soon and making music. He's still playing football for Bristol Rovers this time, and it means Reading still are where they were at the start of the game, bottom of the table. Cheltenham, we were talking about them being one of the worst league sides of all time in the first 12 games or so, and now all of a sudden Cheltenham are now able to pick up points on the board. It's now not looking so bad for them. And in League 2, only 1 game, but I will give a shout out to Colchester. They have won 3 games in a row, and those 3 games means that they are 9 points clear of the bottom 2. You've got to give Colchester some credit. Since dismissing their manager, they really have been able to turn it around. Okay, that is pretty much everything that I need to cover. Sorry I've not been looking at chat. I've been a bit busy looking at things. Do Ipswich finish above Leeds? I think the game at Ellen Road is going to be big, but personally I see Ipswich finishing around 3rd or 4th, I think. I see Southampton picking up form. I see Leeds picking up form, of course. And I think you're going to see around Ipswich, West Brom, Middlesbrough, those sort of 3 teams and around that area of the table just below that, I say. I think it is likely that Ipswich could falter, and it could just be by draws as well, which is a scary thing. It's how brutal this championship season really has turning out to be. Cody, welcome to the stream. I've not seen you for a while. My goodness. Right. I think that may be all I have to offer for. I've been streaming for 2 hours 15. So guys, if you've not hit the like button, it'll be fantastically appreciative, as I've been giving you non-stop coverage on this game. I've actually been spammed with messages. I think I'm actually playing pro clubs tonight, actually. So I need to actually get ready with that. But if you guys do have anything else to say, let me know now, because I will be signing off in the next minute or so. What a game. To summarise it, Rotherham got the lead. I always forget his name. The striker who scored his first goal for Rotherham. Adone? Nombe, that's his name, sorry. He got his first goal for Rotherham in the first 3 minutes of the game. Great individual play by Onyedema to get that goal. Within 10 minutes later, free kick awarded, maybe controversially, maybe. Davis to Morsey. Morsey unmarked. First time shot, top corner, 1-1 quality goal. Then it stayed 1-1 for a good 75 minutes later. Then an 87th minute winner, which Ipswich thought that they scraped to win again. Very scrappy goal. Leif Davis trying to hook a hopeful ball in the box. Jack Taylor, it deflects off and it trickles past the line to make it 2-1. And when Ipswich thought they won, Kieran McKenna made a very defence-minded substitution. 3 minutes after that, Tiayi just outside the box, where Ipswich looked a bit shaky from their defending. First time strike, top corner, unsavable. Absolutely brilliant strike by Tiayi. 2-2, and I think based on how well Rotherham played, I think it's a fair result. I really, really do. Okay, so I think that'll wrap it up for today. I've got to say thank you to everyone turning up today, including you, Matt. Congratulations, by the way, for 45,000 subscribers. If anyone's still there, give Matt a round of applause. The best championship YouTuber around, honestly. And he's done absolutely brilliantly here. I've really appreciated working with you. We definitely need to do a collab again where we can. Maybe there could be a chance when I see Ipswich play Coventry, we could see something happen from there. So, I've really enjoyed this game today. Hopefully, we will see a little bit more drama next weekend. So, 2 days' time, you'll see me predict game week 16 now? Is it 16? My goodness me. Are we already at game week 16? Game week 16 is coming in 2 days' time. My goodness me, this championship season is going on really, really quickly. So guys, do not miss it. Thursday 4 p.m. you'll be able to leave your predictions. The prediction link will be updated ASAP. I can't leave any promises when I will because I'm busy from work, of course. But it will be updated when I can. Alright, I think I'm now ready to sign out. If you guys have not liked the stream, please do so. It really, really helps. Thank you guys with the subscribers today. We actually did quite well today with subs. We've actually towed the line a little bit. So just to get a snapshot of how we're doing, we're in 2,106. I think we're going to go on the road for 2,500. Can I just say 25% of the way there to 10k subscribers sounds unbelievable. We're can't do maths. 394 subscribers away from that. So if you guys can hit that subscribe button, please do. It really, really does help. And please share the channel too. Word of mouth and social media, all these things really, really do help. And in case if you wanted to follow me on other things, my Instagram's also there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary every Sunday in the stream. As always, I'll see you guys soon. It ended Rotherham 2, Ipswich 2. Once again, late drama when it's Ipswich. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone.